If 50 Cent doesn't apologize to my mom, I'll make him a laughing stock forever. Don't think I'm joking. I can't believe 50 Cent would publicly shame my mom's figure. My mom is an amazing mother raising six of us siblings. She taught us to respect family and how to treat our loved ones sincerely. Even with her busy work, she never missed any of our milestones. And what about 50 Cent? He ruined his own family. His son even cut ties with him. He even said he'd rather have 6ix9ine as his dad than 50 Cent. Someone like him as a father is just terrible. I can't respect him. If 50 Cent doesn't change, he better be ready, because Diddy's son and I will team up to diss him and show him the truth and real harm. On top of that, 50 Cent picked my mom as his target. He picked the wrong person. I have evidence of him bullying women for a long time. Can you believe it? He's mocked Wendy Williams publicly and made jokes about Megan's struggles. He always bullies the weak.
50 Cent spent years building a brand off one word: rat. When Tekashi 6ix9ine took the stand, 50 turned him into a walking meme. When rumors surfaced about other rappers talking to authorities, he amplified them. When paperwork existed, he posted it. No nuance, no context, no exceptions. If your name appeared in federal documents, the internet found out through his Instagram feed. That was the brand. Untouchable, unapologetic. Then King Harris, the son of T.I., posted federal court filings with Curtis James Jackson III listed as a cooperating witness. And for the first time in years, 50 wasn't trolling. He was explaining. To understand why this hit so differently than any previous beef, you need two things up front. First, there was already existing tension between 50 and T.I. before any paperwork dropped. Months of public friction, insults about T.Y.'s family, and a back and forth that had already pulled Tiny Harris into the crossfire. When King went live defending his mother after 50 posted unflattering content about her, his tone shifted from emotional to focused. He stopped reacting and started researching. Second, the case at the center of this isn't some minor drug charge. This is about one of the most feared names to ever come out of Queens. Kenneth Supreme McGriff wasn't just another street figure. During the 1980s crack era, he allegedly led the Supreme Team, one of the most powerful drug organizations in New York, the kind of operation that entire documentaries get made about. His reputation survived into the early 2000s, even as he attempted to cross over into the music industry. That's where his path collided with 50 Cent. In 2000, 50 was shot 9 times outside his grandmother's house in South Jamaica, Queens. He survived. The streets immediately started buzzing with speculation about who was behind it, and McGriff's name circulated in those conversations for years. Then 50 released Ghetto Quran, a track that didn't just name-check street figures, it described operations, hierarchies, and money flows. For someone like McGriff, that wasn't just disrespect, that was exposure. Federal prosecutors later alleged that threats were made, that violence was organized, that McGriff had ordered harm connected to 50 Cent specifically. By the mid-2000s, the feds were building a serious RICO case against McGriff. Wiretaps, witness statements, years of surveillance, multiple sources, multiple witnesses, a case that would eventually end with a life sentence for McGriff in 2007. And in those federal filings, Curtis James Jackson III appeared. The documents, which King posted publicly on March 15th, 2 days after going live and telling viewers to screenshot what was coming, were federal court records from United States versus Kenneth McGriff. Not blurry screenshots, not edited DMs. Scanned filings with case captions, government names, and dates. The paperwork showed that 50 had meetings with federal agents during the McGriff investigation. FBI 302 forms, standard reports agents use to document interviews, referenced Jackson as a source. According to the filings, he provided information regarding threats against his life and details related to McGriff's operations. One report described him as cooperative and forthcoming. Another noted that information he provided helped corroborate other evidence. The internet didn't move slowly. The headline wrote itself, 50 Cent listed as cooperating witness in federal case. For 48 hours, 50 went silent. No memes, no captions, no sarcastic emoji posts, just silence. And for someone who lives on Instagram, that absence felt louder than anything he could have said. Then he broke it. He said the feds came to him. He didn't go to them. He said he never took the witness stand publicly in open court. He framed it as protecting himself and his family from someone who allegedly tried to have him killed. His position was direct. Survival isn't the same as snitching. When someone attempts to erase you and federal agents investigating that threat ask for your cooperation, what are you supposed to do? It's not an unreasonable argument. McGriff had a life sentence. The case was real. The threats were documented. 50 wasn't cutting a deal to reduce his own charges. He was allegedly a victim providing information about people who tried to kill him. King didn't accept that framing. He went live again and made the point that cut deepest. When it was somebody else, there wasn't no explanation. There wasn't no survival talk. It was straight memes. That landed because people remembered. They remembered how 50 handled Tekashi's cooperation. No context, no nuance, just content. They remembered how he questioned other artists' credibility using federal transcripts as punchlines. They remembered that for years, his position was simple. You talked, you're done. King's argument wasn't that 50 was wrong to protect himself. His argument was about consistency. Either cooperating is wrong or it's not. You don't get to rewrite the rule when it's you. That line spread fast. After 50 broke his silence and moved back to offense, calling King inexperienced, hinting he could expose things about Tiwi's family, T.I. stepped in more directly. He didn't escalate. He didn't match 50's energy. He suggested handling things privately rather than through Instagram captions. It was a measured response that actually made him look more composed than anyone else involved. That moment shifted something, because 50's strategy has always been public humiliation. Keep it loud, keep it viral, keep it entertaining. A veteran calling for restraint instead of trading shots was a different kind of move, and it left 50 looking like the one escalating into family territory while the other side was calling for the temperature to drop. The cultural debate that followed broke along generational lines. Older fans who lived through the Supreme Team era understood the stakes. They remembered what Queens looked like during that period. They saw a man who survived 9 bullets being approached by feds investigating the people allegedly behind those bullets. And they understood why he cooperated. Self-preservation in a situation that serious isn't betrayal. Younger fans, raised on social media callouts and screenshot culture, applied the same binary logic 50 had always used. If your name appears on federal cooperation documents, that's the story. The circumstances are a separate conversation. Both positions have internal logic. Both sides can make their case. But what made King's move significant wasn't just that he posted paperwork, it was that he forced 50 into a position he had never been in before. Defending himself, providing context, explaining nuance. For over a decade, 50 Cent has been the one demanding explanations from other people. He's the one who posted transcripts, amplified rumors, and turned cooperation culture into content. He set the rules, loudly, publicly, repeatedly. Now his name was in a filing, and the rule he set was sitting right in front of him. That's what made this different from every other beef 50 has been in. Ja Rule had his reputation dismantled over time. Rick Ross had a photo used against him. The game had a messy split. All of those wars were 50 attacking. This time, the attack came with documents, and documents don't disappear when the timeline moves on. Whether this permanently damages 50's legacy is genuinely unclear. The man survived 9 gunshots, sold over 30 million albums, built a television empire, and turned a vitamin water stake into 9 figures. His catalog isn't going anywhere. His business wins are real. His core audience isn't abandoning him over court filings from 20 years ago. But the moral authority he stood on, the position that gave his rat commentary its weight, that's more complicated now. Because reputation in hip-hop isn't only about what you survived, it's about what standard you held everyone else to. And for years, 50 held a very public, very unforgiving standard. King Harris didn't blink, didn't delete the posts, didn't walk anything back. He stood on the documents, and in doing so, he accomplished something almost nobody has managed in the last decade. He made 50 Cent play defense. The question hip-hop is still answering isn't really about 50 specifically. It's the bigger one his whole career raised, and that King forced back onto the table. Does survival override the code? Or once you build your brand on calling out everyone else, do you live by that same rule forever? If you made it this far, you already know this story hits different. The paperwork is real, the question is real, and hip-hop still hasn't answered it. Drop your take in the comments. Does survival change the rule, or does 50 have to live by the same standard he set for everyone else? If you think the culture needs to have this conversation, share this video. And if you're new here, subscribe, because we don't do surface-level takes on this channel. We go deeper every single time. See you in the next one.